Hello again, welcome to another episode of my in-car vlog diaries. I literally just made that one off the spot. I've no idea where that one came from. I'm just making it up because I thought I'd introduce another episode to you in good stead. So yeah, hope everything is good for you and yours. This episode I'm going to talk a little bit about something that I've found very, very challenging for myself, but somewhat educational as well, because I've had to come across things that I felt were a little bit uncomfortable, and that is simply to do with marketing, a word that I've never particularly liked. I've never liked the word marketing. There's always come with a funny, strange stigma with that word marketing. What exactly are you trying to market? Market. You need to understand the market, and I've never particularly liked that that kind of tone of voice when people start using the word market, because with market comes the word corporate, and corporate comes into processes and contract and all the funny names and words that I'm sure you've heard during your own time. So I'm going to tackle this. I'm going to use this time that I spend with you to basically address that and speak about it in some form of stead, so that you guys with your attention can potentially help me get out of this, but also doing a video like this will also help me overcome it as well. So let's get into it. But before I do all of that, of course, I'm going to remind you once again about, I'm going to do a bit of marketing myself. I'm going to remind you about this wonderful website and store called Blaque Falcon, my business, my company. The main reason why you're here, the main reason why I'm here, the main reason that we're all here. Blaque Falcon, my company, www.blaquefalcon.co.uk. My online store selling t-shirts like the one I'm wearing, hoodies, sweatshirts, the most comfortable in the world, the most softest that you'll feel them. Come down to the site if you haven't come down before, and get yourself one of these bad boys and upgrade and improve your wardrobe. Get it out there, understand it, and get to know what I'm talking about every time I keep blabbing away about my company. Understand what I'm talking about when I mean by quality over the loudness that you tend to see from that I'm seeing from most brands at the moment, which is incredibly loud. They want to just throw logos at you. They want to throw celebrities and influencers in your face every single time. Well, I'm not doing that with this. I'm just pushing quality and a high level of service, in which I like to get products out to you, particularly if you're living in the UK. I like to get products out to you in under 3-4 days. And I'm very, very proud that with all the orders that I've been getting, that I've been able to do that. So yeah, place an order, and of course if it doesn't fit, we do have a really good quick and swift returns policy as well. So come on down. I also have a book out as well called Drax, D-R-A-X, which is currently out on Amazon at the moment. Get yourself a copy of that. It's a crime thriller about a young man that gets in trouble with some East End gangsters following a really bad poker game. I've spoken about this in multiple other videos, and I will keep on talking about it, as well as the book's sequel in future videos and recordings as well. But to get into the groove of it, to understand how I think, how I write, how I entertain through my language, go ahead and get yourself a copy of my book, Drax. I'm sure you'll love it. And when you do get it and you've finished enjoying reading the book, leave a comment on the site, or send me a DM or something on my Instagram. All of that, excuse me, all of that will be very much appreciated. So let's get into it. So why don't I like marketing? Marketing is a word that, if you're living in the excuse me again, if you're living in the metropolitan part of the planet, or if you live in London like myself, or if you're in Dubai, or if you're in Paris, Miami, Atlanta, New York. I haven't been to Asia before, but when you get to these places, you tend to sometimes come across people who have got leaflets, or they're trying to let you know about a particular brand or product that they've got to offer to you. Now, you tend to usually find these people within shopping malls. Now, when I'm walking across a shopping mall, I don't want to be stopped because I know exactly where I'm going. I'm going to go to that shop, I'm going to purchase this, or I'm going to go to that shop and I'm going to do that. I don't want to be stopped by anyone. So whenever I hear the term marketing, I always think about those people who like to stop you and kind of think and make you believe that what they've got to offer is much more important than whatever you're doing in your life. So, which is probably a very, very unfair, and it is actually very unfair just thinking about it now. That sounds like a very unfair way to see it, but it's been my experience. And marketing is an interesting one. It then dovetails into what the brand voice is, what the brand image is, what the brand language is, and how that kind of works sometimes in terms of getting a message out there about a particular product or service or business. So those are only some of the reasons why I don't like marketing. Marketing's always talking about sales, about, you know, the guy in the car dealership with an oversized suit trying to sell you something that you don't really need, or they're trying to kind of wheel and deal their way into some sort of agreement with you. It's not something I've always particularly liked, I particularly enjoyed, but it's something that it's part of life, and it's something that I've always have had no choice but to embrace, whether I like it or not. So that's why I don't like marketing. But how I've overcome it is a different one. This, actually, just looking at this might actually be a very short video because I'm talking about something that I'm having to deal with anyway. But ultimately, how I've had to overcome marketing is to study marketing myself, to figure out the reasons why I've always felt marketing to be a strange and an awkward place to delve into, and understand the challenges that other people may be going through with marketing too. How do I penetrate the consciousness of people out there who don't know anything about Blaque Falcon, which will be a really good example? How do I penetrate into their consciousness about them purchasing something from myself? How do I do that? How do I kind of speak to that? Going back to my previous point about why I don't like marketing, I'll tell you one thing that I never liked about it. If you may remember, back in the mid 2010s, last decade, I'd say probably early part of this decade, just before the pandemic, was more so about this whole emphasis that digital marketing is the future and you need to jump onto this, and you know, Facebook ads is the way forward for selling products, and if you're not doing it through Facebook, then you got to do it through Instagram. If you don't do it through Instagram, you got to do it through TikTok and all of that. And I worked with, and I won't mention their names of course, but I did work with a number of marketing experts about pushing Blaque Falcon through the mainstream social media channels, which didn't prove to be successful at all, which was frustrating. But what I learned from it is about all the really, really boring jargon that they like to throw at you, like CPM and CPC and ROI and the click-through rate, which is CTR, and all of that. I learned all of that by actually doing it myself and studying the game and knowing how it all works, which was difficult because it took me a long time for me to, to be fair, I'm still kind of learning this now. So speaking with some of these marketers, they kind of sell you this dream about that yes, if you sign up with us, you will, we can help you become a millionaire. And it's difficult because you come across a whole load of videos, particularly on YouTube, on people out there who kind of say, oh yes, I made £300,000 by this drop shipping product from Facebook ads. Let me show you how I did it. Oh yeah, and plus you need to have an ad budget of £2,000 and whatever. Well, realistically, most startups don't have £2,000 to invest into their companies. Oh well, that must mean that the product's not good. So it was that kind of the kind of pushy neediness, leech-like, blood-sucking culture that I didn't particularly like. Blaque Falcon is a brand. It has a story. It stands for something. It has integrity. It believes in something. It is something. It's not just a slogan. It's much more than just, I'm going to keep talking before this thing overheats. It's much more than just a brand slogan. This is an actual company that is delivering a service to yourself, the clients. And that's something that I personally believe in. So that actually intertwines with this point in terms of how I've overcome it. I've overcome my dislike of marketing because of me reminding myself of what the actual mission is. Why am I doing this? Why am I pushing this? Why am I enduring the many years of uncertainty? When am I going to blow? When am I going to blow? When am I going to go viral? All of this, all of that. That's really what's been pushing and keeping me focused, in knowing that the end is in sight and I just have to keep trying and keep going and keep going. It's usually the ones who have got the most stamina who tend to make it, rather than the ones who've got this big massive idea that's gonna take over social media, for example, which is part of the reason why that I'm not a big fan of influencers and celebrities, because they tend to dilute the brand very, very quickly. Why would I want this famous person to wear my t-shirt? Or what, because it becomes popular overnight? Yeah, I might get quite a few sales, which is great, but that tends to saturate the brand very, very quickly, because once you see someone famous wear it, it's like there could be a group of people who might not like that person. There might be a whole lot of people who do like this person. It doesn't necessarily validate the brand to the place where I would want it to go to. Celebrities are great, but is it something that I need? Is it something that I need to push for in order to become a winner in this? Not in my opinion. Not at all. Not at all. So what's the end game? Well, I've already touched on it. My end game is essentially to bring this brand to become the best thing since sliced bread. I am pushing urban sophistication, understanding, innovation through artwork and imagery, but simplifying it. We're coming to an age where people are growing increasingly tired of the flash, hashtag culture that we've got, that social media has made lucrative through people. Yes, it's popular to know this person and to know that person and to have X amount of followers. And it is nice to become viral. I'm sure it is. But ultimately, what about the quality? What about the integrity? What about the brand story? What about the things that actually make a company a company? That's what I'm fascinated with. I'm more focused on becoming a really good businessman and an entrepreneur, rather than becoming the most popular man on the planet so that everyone's rocking it and I go viral because I said something stupid on YouTube to get everyone's attention. No, you become rewarded based upon merit, because you are good at what you're doing and because you know what you're doing and you have strategized and locked in your success and your win because of your focused on the end goal. So that's the end game for me. It's it's to basically continue to provide such a good service to you guys, and to continue to respond to feedback, and to continue to write, to continue to design, to continue to create some new products within my means, of course, and to push that ahead of in front of you without having to scream at you, without having to use an influencer. Yeah, that's not to stop any influencer from purchasing and for giving us a good shout out on TikTok. I'm more than happy for that to happen, but it's not something that I'm pushing and striving for. Those days of going viral over this very popular person wearing this brand, yeah, that was last decade. Now it's all about being inventive with our time, knowing what works, what doesn't work, learning the lessons or mistakes, I like to call them lessons, from the past, and pushing forward from there. And that's how we succeed, and that's how we win. All right, short video today, I know, but that's essentially what I wanted to just get across to you all. The challenge with marketing. Yeah, of course, get out to www.blaquefalcon.co.uk, BLAQUE falcon.co.uk. Get yourself a t-shirt, get yourself a hoodie, get yourself a tracksuit if you want one. We are there for you. We deliver within 3 days. We also have an active returns policy too. Delivery and shipping is free if you're in the UK. It is for free, so why not? All the more reason for you guys to come down too. So I will see you there, and of course, purchase my book, DRAX, Drax. It's currently available on Amazon. Just go to Amazon, type in Drax. I put my name down, you can now. I'm also going to leave some links on the description anyway, so you guys can just literally just click on it and just go there. So thank you for your time, and I will see you next time. Peace.